Everyone, welcome back. Today I am going to deal with the block 10 of English class book, and the topic of today's class which I am going to deal is poem. Leisure. What do you mean by leisure? Leisure means free time. It is written by W.H. Davis. Poem Leisure is written by W.H. Davis. His full name is William Henry Davis. So, before getting into the topic of the poem, let me first introduce you to the poet William Henry Davis. So, William Henry Davis was born on 3rd of July 1871, but he took his last breath on 26th of September 1940. He was a Welsh he was a Welsh poet and writer. He spent a significant part of his life as a tramp in the UK and US, but became one of the most popular poets of his time. The principal theme in this poem are the observations about the life's hardships and the way in which human condition is reflected in nature. His own adventure as a tramp and the various characters he met. So now you might have understood how was the poet or the poem is easy to understand. This poem is about leisure, free time. Before getting into the explanation of the poem, let me first tell you that leisure is a couplet of 7 lines or stanzas that rhyme, that have rhyme, and that have two successive lines that have rhyme and have same meter or length. That means it might be having the same rhythm or rhyme. Now just listen to me. What is this leisure or life? If we love, care, we have no time to stand and stare. Okay, so I am going to narrate the lines of the poem. What is this? Life is full of care. We have no time to stand and stare. No time to stand beneath the boughs and stare as long as sheep or cows. No time to see when woods we pass, where squirrels hide their nuts in grass. No time to see in the broad daylight, streams full of stars like skis at night. No time to turn at beauty's glance and watch her feet, how they can dance. No time to wait till her mouth can enrich the smile. Her eyes begin a poor life. This, if full of care, we have no time to stand and stare. Do you think the poet seems to be worried or seems to be sad? Yes, he is sad. The poet who sees the life is worth living. If it is full of worries and anxieties, beauties of nature are scattered around us. But it is pity that we do not have any time. We have no time to stand under a tree and stare and enjoy the free time like the cow and sheep does. We miss every time. We keep on moving and keep on running about or running after the materialistic world, wanting for more, and we keep on running, going like a rat race into a rat race, but we do not have any time for leisure. We all miss the free time, don't you miss the free time or enjoyment of a time relaxation, because we have made our schedule so busy, so hectic, and we have lost the glory of our life, lost the time to admire the nature. Now see the first stanza. The poet says, What is this life is full of care. We have no time to stand and stare. He misses that the leisure time, the free time of stand and stare at the beauty of the nature or at the beauties of the nature. Now, do you think, for example, let me give you an example. A situation is there where you have been asked to go to a particular place for some urgent work, and if you don't reach on time, you may be punished or you might be fined. So what you do, what will you do? You want to reach that particular place on time because you have to save yourself from being fined. So what you are doing, you are worried, you are lost, you had missed the time for the leisure because you have to reach that place anyhow. And while going to that place, you are been crossing roads which are having stems, leaf, beauty of the nature, and you have no time to stand under the beneath of the boughs. Boughs means the stem of the tree, or the stem or the branch of the tree. Have you ever seen that how silently and how peacefully sheep and cow stand and stare the beauty of the life? No, you are always running behind your work. You have no such time. It happens. How many of you have seen the sun to rise? Or I can say, how many of you have seen the rising sun? But you have never seen that how the forest is so deep green and have peaceful in it. Have you ever seen the squirrel hiding the nuts under the grass? Have you ever seen? No, because you also don't have a time. You have lot of homework, you have lot of online classes right now going on. Similarly, I am also in the same boat sailing with you. I have also never seen the squirrel hiding the nuts under the grass because we are so busy in our schedule that we forgot to notice the beauty of the nature surrounded us. So here I want you to underline few of the words and write the meaning. Full of care means full of anxiety, problem. Stand and stare. Stare means look or see. You can write the meaning of stare. Look slash see. Boughs. Boughs here means stem or branch of the tree. Woods means here, woods means forest. So I have given you the important word meaning also. So poet is saying that it's pity that everyone is so busy and going on behind the materialistic things that we even see the squirrel, a single squirrel, to hide its nut in grass. When we see, if we just try to see that, wow, what a cute animal is that, but it's a pity we have no time to see how the squirrels or how the animals they lead their life. We have so much busy in our life that we don't have time to admire the beauties of nature. See, every time I am saying that we don't have time, we have no time to admire the beauties of nature. It's a repetition. You can see the repetition is there. The poet has repeated to emphasize that how poor the life is now. Let me get into the next stanza. No time to see in broad daylight, streams full of stars like skies at night. Yes, skies means underline the word skies and write sky. So, poet is saying that we have no time to see the light which is coming on the ocean or lake or pond or river. Have you ever seen a bucket full of water? When you throw a light on it, or when suppose you have taken a bucket of water, full of water, if you keep under the sun, what will happen? If you see that water, you see the reflection of sun. In science you have studied the reflection, that if the sun reflects on the bucket full of water, you can see the sparkling or shimmer effect. You can see the sunshine. These are the light of the sun. It reflects back at the time it shines. So here the poet tells that we don't have time to see that daylight, the beauty of nature, the beauty of the sun. the sparkle or the shimmer which is around ourselves. In the same way, the poet is saying that the sky is full of stars, and it seems like that the sky is a stream of stars, that the sky is so beautiful, the stars are shining, shimmering, they are so beautiful, they are sparkling. But yes, we again don't have time to see the beauty of nature. No time to turn at beauty's glance and watch her feet, how they can dance. So, have you seen a girl dancing? When she dances, her face is having a particular kind of glow. Her eyes speak more than her legs. She performs with full of life. Her beauty, she spread the beautiful smile around us, and yet it does when you see a beautiful thing. Obviously, there is a smile on your face automatically. So here the dance, here dance means not a dance which a girl or a boy perform on a stage, but here dance means when the wind blows in the nature, the head of the tree, the branches of the tree, the stem of the trees blow in the air, and it seems like they are dancing on their feet. Okay, now the second last stanza. No time to wait till her mouth can enrich that smile, her eyes begin. Here the personification is that, for example, I have told you that the moon come closer and it smiles on me. So have you only think, can moon come closer to me to just give a smile? No. So personification is to tell about something which is not possible and to give a human touch in it. Now the last couplet. A poor life this is, full of care, we have no time to stand and stare. Here again poet is telling about that we have no time for ourselves, for our enjoyment. We are so busy, we are running for the world, behind the world, for the materialistic things in the world, that we have no time to enjoy our life. Now we will learn about the poetic device in the chapter. The imaginary, we have seen the imaginary image, okay, picture personification, rhyming scheme, and we have learned about that how the poet imagines about dancing tree, the sky full of stars, as if it is a full of star is in the sky. So we have imagined something, a dark forest having big trees and a full of darkness in which the daylight will shine. When you really read or when you get through a line, if it imagination occurs, or if you imagine something, that become a picture in front of your eyes. So here we have seen various poetic devices. Okay, so here I hope you understand today's lesson, and in the next video I will share the notes of this poem. Bye and have a nice day.